Hi, I'm Belinda Carley, the Director of the Institute of Personal Care Science, and I'm going to talk you through the top trends of 2022. We'll start off with undoubtedly the biggest trend, and that is sustainability. If your brand is not sustainable or doesn't have some sort of sustainable message, it will simply get lost amongst the crowd. Now, there's all sorts of sustainable messages you could incorporate into your formulations. You could look at waterless trends, you can look at upcycling, but some of the biggest growth is happening with skinimalism or minimalism. And this is formulas where you reduce the excess ingredients to really make sure the product works, but it gives a really good conscious message to your consumer about the ingredients you're choosing to get the best results. Also look at the carbon footprint of your ingredients. It's not necessarily being a natural ingredient that has the best carbon footprint. So check with your suppliers on this, and of course look at making your business more carbon neutral as well. One of the best ways that you can improve your sustainability is with your packaging. Every component of your packaging. Minimize the type of packaging you're using and check the recyclability of all components of your packaging. Also think about shipping. So while glass might appear to be more of a natural or sustainable option, it's actually not because of the temperatures it goes through with processing, the extra weight in shipment and fuel that uses, as well as all the extra packaging that needs to go around it so it doesn't break. So take a look at some fantastic recyclable packaging options. And I've got a video on some trends and innovations in this area. Finally, take a look at how your business can be more sustainable and how you can give that message to the consumer too. They're not just looking at the products, but your business as a whole. The next big trend is being vegan friendly. Now, this is actually not that hard to achieve. To be vegan friendly, your formula needs to avoid beeswax, honey, lanolin, but there's a couple of other tricky ingredients you need to be aware of as well. Just be careful if there's any carmine used as a colorant, and also be careful with any collagen you use. Now, fortunately, there's some great sources of vegan collagen around these days, so you should be using that in your formula in place of any animal-sourced collagen. Also, take a look at your hydrolyzed proteins. Again, there's some fantastic plant-based hydrolyzed proteins with some excellent efficacy data. So look at removing some of your animal-based proteins and replacing them with plant-based hydrolyzed proteins instead. And if you're curious about the use of proteins and amino acids in formulas, I've got a video on that one for you as well. Make sure you formulate to suit sensitive skin. This is another really big trending topic. And again, this can be relatively easy to do. You should avoid fragrances and essential oils where possible, because different people with sensitive skin can have some unexpected reactions to these ingredients. You can of course speak to your fragrance supplier about some hypoallergenic fragrances, but just remember there's a difference between allergens and irritations. I've got a video on this to go through the different types of irritants, allergens, and even comedogens, so please watch that video for more information. But other ways you can formulate to reduce sensitivity or any irritation risk is to reduce or limit the use of different types of actives. Focus on one or two key actives that have a really low irritancy profile, and add some actives that help reduce irritation or provide skin soothing benefits to your formulas as well. And of course, test your products on sensitive skin users. People within your organization, friends and family, or you can call on volunteers with sensitive skin to try out the products, because sometimes combinations of ingredients can yield unexpected results. So the best way to test it is on very sensitive skin users. I've also got a video on different ethnicities and skin types and how that can impact your formulation needs, and I cover the sensitive skin issue in that video. Another really big trend is to combine science and nature to get the best from both in your formulation. What does this mean? Well, it means using natural ingredients where you have clinical proof about their efficacy, or using synthetic ingredients where you have clinical efficacy about their activity as well, but combining some of those synthetic ingredients with other natural-based ingredients in your formula. This way, your consumer is getting the best results from both scientific results and nature-based ingredients. So you can either base it on natural ingredients with the science behind it, or combine synthetic ingredients with good scientific data with some natural ingredients that they're looking for in their products as well. You can of course run your own efficacy tests. I have a video that shows you how to conduct product evaluation, and you can watch that to see how you can perform your own efficacy tests with your range. Or you can look for your supplier's data and see if that is applicable to use for your range as well. Finally, you need to give your consumers some online options. If you don't have an online presence, you're simply not there. It's ideal if you're able to give them some sort of app-based solution so they have a digital try of your products. If this is not possible, make sure you give them some digital images that will show the product in use and how it might perform for them. It's also great to have some digital engagement with your consumer, whether this be surveys, whether it be through the socials, whether it be through regular newsletter campaigns. Make sure it's about engagement, not just selling. Your consumer wants to know about your brand and your products, and they're increasingly more and more social in doing so. So enter that digital world and give them some digital offerings, as well as making sure your products are easily purchased online. Well, there you go. That's the top 5 trends of 2022. If you don't have all of these in your range, you'll find that your competitors will have an advantage. So make sure your products are sustainable, vegan where absolutely possible. Sometimes you might not be able to, but where otherwise possible, make sure it is a vegan-friendly formula. Make sure your formulas suit sensitive skin, or there is sensitive skin products in your product range. Make sure you're combining science and nature in your product marketing story, whether that's from the natural actives or a combination of synthetic and natural ingredients to give really great clinical efficacy results. And make sure you have that digital presence and engage with your consumer, not just sell. I hope you found this informative, and of course we've got all those other videos to give you more information on each of these trends individually. But make sure you combine them to get the best promotion out of your brand and of course give your consumer what they're looking for. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please leave any questions or comments below, and make sure you subscribe to receive notifications about all our videos. Happy formulating!